And we are live on the High Noon Hemp Show. It is Wednesday at noon Eastern Time. So on the Temptations Beach page on the old Facebook, we do the High Noon Hemp Show. I am, of course, Joe Clare. I do lots of stuff. You can Google it. It doesn't matter. The man himself joining us live from hemp quarters on this impressively cold day in the Cincinnati area. It is Beach. How cold is it up there, Beach?
It is as cold as ever. I'm leaving my heater on, as a matter of fact. Welcome, everyone, to the High Noon Hemp Show. It is Wednesday at high noon, so that means we are live on the Facebook, Temptations Beach Facebook page.
No matter what the
I
weather.
am high. That's right. No matter what the weather or if the mail is coming or not, we will be here the best we can, high above the Sharonville location, as I like to say. And it is cold out there. I'm even having problems with the big heat going on, of course. And so who isn't today when these sub-zero weather is going on? It is cold. I would have rather stayed home. But if it wasn't for you folks, the viewers, the listeners, the people that we love,
we have an obligation
that show up every Wednesday at high noon to go and listen to this wonderful broadcast all about hemp in the hemp world. And so that we do what we do.
It says we're having stream issues. Why are we having stream issues? What's going on here?
Oh my gosh! It does say broadcast interrupted already.
Yeah, this is the first time. I think it was because I tried to open up Google to get into the email. I think that kind of
okay. It looks like we might have come back for a second. We might be back.
Yeah, I closed that window. Hopefully, we don't have to restart this because I've never seen that.
Don't do that again.
Yeah,
my fault. That was my fault, folks. I got a picture over late. He was trying to get that picture up. That was a major fail.
Now I've learned that is something you cannot do.
Do not try to do that.
Because it totally took down the stream and everything. Hopefully we're back now. Anybody watching, if you want to comment. Hopefully the stream has returned. I refreshed it and it seemed like it's working now. So we seem like we're good. It has a little counter at the bottom that tells me how many frames are missing. And sometimes at the end of one of these shows it'd be like 20 or 30. Right now it's 202. But it has stopped going up, so I think we're good for now.
Yay!
Welcome everybody to the High Noon Hemp Show. We've passed the technical issues, I'm sure. That little stream thing, they went orange instead of red, and I've never seen that before.
So. Obviously, that's a bad color.
Yes.
Don't go into the orange, folks.
So we are live.
Whatever you're doing.
Here we are live. We're going to skip whatever that picture related to. It's not going to make it.
You won't be seeing that picture, but I will be talking about the picture that you won't be seeing that I have already posted out there. And so it's all good one way or another.
Elsewhere.
We do have, I believe, a couple more weeks. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on the City Beat voting.
I believe so. It's February. I know that.
Yeah, I know it's into February, and so we're not quite there. And so I will mention that again. We are nominated and reigning champ for Smoke/Tobacco Shop, and we are nominated for Green Sustainable Goods. So if you have not been to the City Beat website, find where to vote. citybeat.com. I believe it's also bestofcincinnati.com. Maybe you can vote from there and vote for all your favorite Cincinnati things.
Yeah, the shops and services section. And you vote once a day per category as well. So if you've already voted, go vote again. Vote early.
But that, I don't know if I can support that idea. It seems like it's cheating.
Hey, it's within the rules.
But if you love us that much that you feel like your vote counts more than once, then by all means vote for us as many times as you feel like you'd like to, because
absolutely,
that is what it is. But I feel like one voice, one vote kind of should be the theory with everything. I can tell you that even when it was kind of a one voice, one vote, they did it by email address. And so it wasn't keeping anyone with multiple email addresses from
Yeah.
going and voting multiple times as well. And so,
Yeah, I've tried
you
doing
know,
internet
it's what
polls for stuff in the past, and it's not easy. I mean, if it's really something that has like a prize involved or something like that, and it's something people really want to win, it degenerates into
yeah,
to
some
ballot box stuffing rather quickly.
yeah, yeah, right? Yeah, unfortunately, I could see that on the internet.
Yeah,
And that's why we don't vote by internet yet. And someday I think that hopefully we will be able to, and then really we'll see turnouts like we've never seen when it is verifiable, and you can vote online for your city, state, federal elections. Um, that will be an interesting day, in my opinion. I don't think they're trying to get there. I don't. I think they're trying to avoid
no,
that at all costs, to be honest with you.
yeah.
So anyway, but your voice matters here in Cincinnati, and you can go vote in the best of, I think, for at least another week or two.
And again, if
And
you're looking for best podcast video cast on Facebook, that category doesn't exist. I know I'll save you the trouble of
that's
searching
right.
for it
That's right.
to try to vote for us. It's not there. I'm sorry.
I swear I saw a category based on some type of online thing, though. I might have to go back and look because
not
I
sure.
swear there was something. And
I'll
I had
admit that I
never, I had
spent
heard of
several
any of them.
minutes
And so,
searching for us.
Yeah.
My ego forced me
Um,
to look for quite a
yeah.
bit for that category
Okay.
because I wanted
Well,
something
know,
to bitch about, I guess as they say.
sure. Well, I mean,
I just have to
here we
complain,
are.
or sometimes I don't feel alive, and that's a perfect opportunity because this show has been
It's true.
slighted, and I will not stand for that.
Yeah. What's the definition of a podcast is the real question. I don't know what that does. That just is this a podcast because we're live and doing stuff, or does a podcast have to be like something else?
I don't even know if it's exclusive to audio anymore. I used to think it was something audio on demand. That's kind of what I thought of as a podcast, but
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could take this show and transfer it to audio to like an MP3, and then you would have your very own little
A
podcast of us.
podcast. I get it. Okay. That makes sense.
It's
That
above
makes sense.
my internet pay grade.
Right. And I look at this more as a radio show than an actual TV show. And so, who knows where we define, by next year when we've got, 4 seasons in, maybe almost 50 episodes. Well, we will have more than that by this time next year. If we
Someday.
stay on the track, if we
With
stay
the
on the trail, or
Recognition we
if
deserve.
we're going, right, then we'll find the category for this show.
Make formal complaints
so-
on 9 yards.
Moving on in this show, we don't need to toot our own horn when there's no horn to be tooted anywhere. Let's go on to the product spotlight. There's not much going on in the Hemptations world. The usual stuff, I should say. So we'll move right into the old product spotlight. And the first product is I buy wholesale products from them, T-shirts and socks, the Ono T-shirts and some of the socks we have in the stores, but they are also a fabric company, a textile company, and they have been around longer than us, doing their hemp thing, or real close. I think longer, if I remember correctly, with their hemp fabrics and their materials. And so, if you're looking for hemp fabric, I would definitely recommend going to their website, finding them online. Again, we carry some products that they developed, some socks that they developed. I believe they developed the T-shirts, and it's great, inexpensive, well-made hemp goods. They continue to do that. I think they've been around 28 years. I forget what I saw recently. And so kudos to them over there doing that. The next one is Minaware. Minaware has been around for a while as well. We don't have a whole lot of the Minaware in right now, but I did see the hats down there, the kind of winter hats, and it was cold. And so, I think you could find her stuff online as well, due to and she does a lot more clothing and kind of workout gear type stuff. And we do need to kind of boost our Wear inventory right now. But again, been around for a long time making good quality hemp, mostly female clothing. Most of her stuff. In fact, I don't believe that she's ever made anything for men, which is okay by me. The Enviro Textiles is women partners as well. So, I'm all about it. I love it. Equality means respecting everyone that's doing everything positively.
Indeed.
And so the next company is a local company, and this is a brand new product to our shelves. But these are CBD brownies and cookies. We can't keep the brownies in stock. One reason is this is actually a local bakery. Ironically, this is a local bakery. It's been around for a while making these products. And so the word on the street is they're absolutely delicious. But they also have CBD in them. And so, it's just one way to get your CBD and have it taste awesomely delicious. Again, locally made.
Awesome. And I have heard that. I was just on the street the other day, and then I heard that this is the very thing that I heard is that they're very delicious. The scuttlebutt.
And so it's true. It's true. The scuttlebutt is true. We're having a tough time keeping them in stock. I just did another order. And so they are obviously worth the value for their taste and their CBD content.
Indeed.
And the last one of my personal favorites, because of course I am a hat person, is the Zuzify hats. They come in, it's kind of a trucker style hat with the mesh in the back. For the panel in the front is your hemp, so to speak, in the product. And so obviously they come in multiple colors and forms and whatnot, or not forms, but basically colors. And again, being a hat person, I like them. They're comfortable. They're kind of they're almost a perfect fit for the head, I think. And so, and also very inexpensive, hemp hat for all the hat customers. And hats are something that over the years, and we've had them from almost day one as a hemp product, have been very popular sellers. And so I feel good about that because I'm a hat person. I put the hats out there for the people that are the hat people in the world. And so that should be a song.
Rejoice, hat
I feel
people.
like rejoice the hat people, respect the hat people. I don't know if respect the hat people actually makes any sense. You don't have to respect the hat people if you don't want to.
All we do is put on a hat, after all.
All we do is put on a hat. That's all. I'm just trying to protect my head because I'm tall, and when you grow up tall, you hit your head on a lot of stuff, and
that is true.
And my eyes are also light sensitive. I feel like, and so that's another reason. But it could just be all reasons that I rationalize about the fact that I don't feel like I'm fully clothed if I don't have a hat on. It's not a hair issue, folks. I can tell you that. I'm not trying to hide anything.
Mine is.
The hair on top isn't even going gray really yet, although there is a little filtering in there as much as the beard. But so anyway.
My hairline is in full retreat, so I just look better in hats, so that's why I wear mine.
Well, I just said I saw some study that said that bald men were more attractive than, I don't know if
I wrote that.
Again, that's all subjective. And it is all relative, that probably was, in fact, a study done by some shave company or some, somebody who has something to gain with bald men. I feel like the stigma, I don't know what that stigma is, that vanity, that anti-vanity that people make fun of bald people is all about, when it's something that's natural anyway. And so it's like, why are you trying to sell me some pill to make my hair grow when my body's trying to say my hair doesn't want to grow anymore? You
That's right.
know,
It's
that's
done
when
with
you
it.
just have to accept it. You got to be accepting it. If it ever happens to me, I will accept it and move on. Still wearing a hat. um, but you know, um, let the pride rejoice, or the bald rejoice, as much as the flowing haired,
Right. The
so to
bald
speak,
hat wearers of
as it is
America.
just nature. It is just nature. Um, and so now we've done the 4 from the store and the product
Hmm.
spotlight. Let's get on the 1 from my door. Um, this is something that I learned from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy years ago, and that is always carry a towel. My particular towel has been embroidered, so it has my name and Temptations on it, which is kind of fun. But in the vein of the philosophy of always carrying a towel with you, no matter where you go, this is one of the towels that I tend to have with me in my bag or on me, where I go most of the time.
I believe Tally
Use
said that
when
too on
needed.
South Park. Don't forget to bring a towel.
I wish I could do Tally's voice at one time or another, but I'm not going to try right now, honestly.
I'm not going to break out the impression today.
I really wish I could, because we love Tally for his particular personality and all that. But anyway, so representing Tally and all the towels in the world, there is my personal product, another one of my personal items that I carry almost every day with me, because it's good to have a towel. You never know when you're going to need one. You just never know.
Indeed. That's what they say.
Now,
I've heard that
that's
on the
what
street
they
as well.
say. That's what the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said.
Indeed. Of course, that brings us to what everybody comes for. They struggle through the beginning of the show and they struggle through the end to find the gem in the middle, at least according to some people, because the segment is so much above and beyond the other great segments of the show. Great doesn't even categorize where this segment lands. It's above great. Like if great is here, then it's like it's way up here, way off the camera where you can't even really see. I think it's a good
Somewhere in
explanation.
there. I think you did a great job of hyping this section, which you have loved to do from the very beginning. Go back
Yes.
to episode 1, season 1, and you will
Few joys in
see
life.
that
Bring you
that Joe is very, very hyped about
yes.
the next section.
The beachwear segment, as we affectionately call it. What are you wearing, Beach?
What are you wearing, Beach? So today, keeping on with the theme that I started a couple episodes back. By now, you may have figured it out. If you're still working, trust me, you'll get it eventually. I promise. From head to toe here, I've got the old Hemptations hat. Speaking of hats, this is something that we embroidered as well here at Planet Everywhere and have in the stores. I don't wear this particular color combination a lot, being a Bengals fan, to be honest with you, but on occasion, I do have to wear yellow, so to speak. Now the shirt we did make here too, because we vended at Bunbury for years, and so I had everybody that was going to vend at Bunbury. I made them a T-shirt, and so that's a Young Maven T-shirt printed here again, Planet Everywhere, for the Bunbury Festival. That happens, the music festival, the 3-day music festival here in Cincinnati every year. That was fun for the first 3 years that we did it. And then again, just like most vending, it just becomes just wears on you. So we don't do that anymore. Who knows? Maybe this year, I doubt it. I've got the old Kentucky Hemp Outfitter jeans on because I love those jeans and I wear them a lot. Head case boxers. This is one of the original clothing that we carried back 20 years ago. The head case boxers, again, they have a little secret pouch in them that you can hide whatever you'd like to hide, a little extra cash or something in your boxer shorts if you want to do that. They haven't been around for a while, so I guess these are classic boxers. Socks are the Satori socks with the yellow leaves. And the Wicked shoes, and you can't see it, but the Wicked actually boots have a little yellow on their sole as well. So if you woke up this morning and you said, "What are you wearing, Peach?" Now you know it's mostly yellow. Moving on, those are hints with our theme that I started
And it rhymes.
3 weeks ago, and that just happened to rhyme just
There you
on
go.
time. Oh boy, I'm not going to go any further with that, folks.
Quit while you're ahead.
It's all the rhymes you get today, unless something happens accidentally. No more rhymes than I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?
See, you already broke your promise.
Princess Bride. Yeah, Princess Bride, one of the greatest rhyming movies ever. Anyway.
I've heard that as well on the street.
Yes. All right, moving on to the news and events. We got a couple things in the news section that are very exciting. The first one being, we have already seen, and that's because Kentucky is done, but we have seen 42,000 acres approved in Kentucky for next year. Again, 42. That's the theme for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. If you don't know the answer to everything, next year we've seen, again, being approved 42. So that's at least 3 times what was grown just this last year. Once again, proving that this is a volatile. I don't know, vital. It is vital. But this is something that the farmers are embracing in Kentucky. I was just talking about somewhere else about, I've been saying it actually in my speeches, I think for 20 years, that the tobacco farmers of Kentucky would love to have a crop that they could substitute for tobacco that would make them the money. And I think that we're seeing positive results there. And so another reason why the tobacco companies aren't going to like cannabis too much is because I see tobacco farmers in Kentucky switching to industrial hemp as we move forward with the obviously the federal legalization, and Kentucky is hands-on and doing it right, and so just again more proof that the plant didn't twirl up into a big ball and get sucked into hell because we're growing industrial hemp. We're seeing more and more farmers embracing this and moving forward. And so kudos to Kentucky. Ohio still hasn't done anything. Every other state's moving forward, getting, not as quickly as Kentucky is, other than out west where Montana and Colorado and some of those states are it's going to be interesting to see what gets filed for or gets grown in those couple states as well. So we're going to be blowing it away, moving forward, finding out that there is definitely no harm in growing industrial hemp and that it should be an option for farmers no matter where or what they want to grow it for as far as industrial hemp products. So
Absolutely.
That being said, the next little bit of news, and this is where the picture kind of went astray, but I did post this picture on my I think I posted it. I did post it to the Hemptations Beach Facebook page, the one you're viewing now. But it's a picture of WWE champion Daniel Bryan. He threw away the old leather championship belt and he pulled out a custom-made hemp and fallen wood version. Apparently this WWE wrestler, again, Daniel Bryan, for my WWE listeners, those of you who follow that, you'll have to see. There it is. There he is.
We'll figure out a way.
This is him holding that belt is made out of hemp.
Wow.
Okay. And then he used some fallen, I forget what it was, a fallen tree. And so it was a dead tree. He cut the dead tree up and made, I think, the trim and all the wood parts of it. And so this guy is obviously an environmentalist. I now have a favorite WWE wrestler. I can't, I'm ready. There's 2 things that are going to come out of this. A, I have a WWE wrestler, Daniel Bryan, that I can follow and support. And I feel like I might have to make a run at a WWE championship belt because I need one of those. It's made out of hemp. one of those two statements will always be true. I will
Could be like
always follow.
an employee of the month type of thing that you could do with the belt. They get to carry the belt
Again,
for a
man,
month. They get to come into work
it's
holding up their belt.
I can't believe that I don't have. I brag that I hold the world record in two categories of hemp. One being the largest selection of hemp in the store. That should be a world record that we hold at Hemptations, and personal hemp goods. And I got kind of challenged recently when I said something about my personal hemp collection.
Oh,
As far as everything. Oh, and again, one person had a legitimate challenge. They mentioned someone else's name, and I'm like, that person in the hemp world doesn't even come close to the hemp stuff I've got. I just know this. But I'm not going to, and there may be, I'm not saying that someone can't challenge how much hemp stuff I have personally.
bring it.
Between the clothing and everything, again, everything that I use in my daily life that I've bought, it's the one person that does make a legitimate claim is a person that runs a hemp or has a hemp museum in Europe. And so he even mentioned that he would have to come and count. And I said, I would be honored, as long as he knows exactly what he's got in his collection, I would be honored to have him come over and count my collection of hemp goods. Getting them all together would be a challenge within itself. I guess we could do, here and then the house, but then we'd almost have to go to every store because I have personal goods that are in the store. Like my art collection is in one of the stores. My hemp art collection hangs in one of the stores. And so anyway, I'm not sure how I got on this subject other than the fact that I would love to have a hemp championship, WWE hemp championship belt custom made. And I should have, make myself maybe some world records. Maybe for Halloween, I'll be a hemp wrestler. Now that I know this guy exists,
Mr. Hemp,
and I could make my own custom world championship hemp championship belt celebrating my own world championships. It's what I would be happy to go into the ring and battle, not physically, but on paper or
figurative hemp
legitimately, figuratively hemp battle, world championship hemp battle.
Definitely something we have to get some video for the show for. If there's any kind of battle,
we'd have to build a big ring, and then I'd have to take all my hemp stuff and put it in the ring.
Sounds
which
easy.
Would be tough with my clothes, man. That would be a big stack of clothes. I can tell you that right now.
Doesn't sound like a massive undertaking at all.
No. And I did speak of Enviro Textiles earlier, and I know that one of the owners, she would rival she may have more hemp clothing than me. Again, I'm not doubting that there may be someone out there that may have more hemp stuff in one particular category, clothing being one. I do have a lot of hemp clothing. Hemp shoes, I don't know if anybody could rival my hemp shoe collection or my hemp hat collection. And so anyway, but let's make it a category in the Guinness Book of World Records so we can get it in there one way or another.
That's right.
Moving on from that, again, follow WWE champion Daniel Bryan. Let's all support him in his environmentalist pro hemp wrestling career.
Indeed.
I'm gonna do some more research on this guy and see what I got to do to make him a favorite. He is my favorite. Anyway, a couple of events that are coming up real soon. Obviously, this is the Kathmandu. If you're not in Kathmandu by now, then you ain't going to the Kathmandu event.
Damn.
I did see some of the hemp posses out there, and so it is going to be a great hemp event. And then actually the 7th, coming up in a week or so, is the Hemp Plus Farm Bill update and CBD entrepreneur panel. And this is going to happen in Boston, Massachusetts. I believe you can find more information Facebook, but I know that John up there, who pretty much holds down the northeast part of the country with dropping his little hemp museum and hemp knowledge, is going to be, I'm pretty sure, there. And so well worth it to get to hear him, to listen to him, everything he knows about hemp and everything he's done. So February 12th, February 13th. February 12th, I believe, is in Massachusetts. February 13th is the Vermont. But these are building seminars as well. You can go to Hemp Tech Global, HempTechGlobal.com, and get more information on that. A couple other events in February. The February 23rd, you've got the Kansas Hemp Biz Symposium, and the Hemp Biz, their big event is in May. The conference, the Hemp Biz conference, is in Denver, Colorado in May, and now they're doing these pop-up kind of state hemp business, Kansas being one. So you can go and get more information on the hemp biz stuff online, I believe, probably in Facebook as well. And then we've also got the Central U.S. Hemp Growers Conference and Expo in Rochester, Minnesota, I believe, coming up in February 25th. The big thing at the end of February is February 28th is the Kentucky HIA, Hemp Industries Association annual conference. No, that's not right. Is it? Oh, the Kentucky HIA's annual conference is in Bowling Green. And so one of the original hemp farmers, 2014 hemp farmers, she was also a part of the Kentucky HIA. And it is one of the probably stronger state HIAs, if not the strongest one in the country. When they went to kind of having state chapters, probably about 5 years ago or so, they started doing state chapters as we saw things moving forward in the United States and state by state. And so, if you're in Kentucky or around Kentucky, honestly, I would definitely look into attending their annual conference, the Kentucky HIA's annual conference in Bowling Green, February 28th. I'm sure you can get more information about that online as well. And again, I will post most of these online on the second page of the hemptations.com website. And so you can go there, and any of these events that we're not directly involved in will be on the second page. All the stuff that we're directly involved in is on the first page, on our events page. And so feel free to peruse the hemptations.com website anytime that you feel like it, and enjoy everything that I've put up there. So I've got some old radio commercials and a couple TV commercials and some fun stuff around the website and whatnot. And then also we've got Joe has done his due diligence over there and has most of the High Noon Hemp shows on YouTube. Yes. And so if you're out in the world and YouTube is an easier way to view things and you're bored and you want to watch some of the past High Noon Hemp shows, Jedi Hemp YouTube channel.
Yes, make sure you subscribe.
That is one of my AKAs, Jedi Hemp. I've been Jedi Hemp for a long time now. And so, and any products that I have mentioned, if you're a company that sold me a product and it's made it on our shelves and made it on the product spotlight, which is almost everybody at this point, you can probably try to tagline that and watch the particular episode where I mentioned your company's product on the show. I do all this for free, kind of, I guess, I guess it's not really for free because it's one big commercial for Hemptations. Some of the stuff, but none of those companies are paying me. I'm paying them to put their products on my shelves, I should say. So that's how that works. And there are some more events that I have listed. Hemp History Week's been announced, and that's June, first week in June. First full week in June, if you're gonna prepare for that, might as well get ready early for old Hemp History Week. And we don't have any questions again this week. Are there any questions out there, folks? Anyone listening or viewing? I guess if you have to be viewing because you need to type on your little keyboard to ask the question on the old not YouTube, but the old Facebook live broadcast. That's right, we're live right now, unless you're viewing in the future, and then we're not
Indeed.
at all.
If you are watching this later and you think of a question, hemptations@yahoo.com, send it along. Just indicate somehow, say, S Beach anything, or hey Beach, answer this question, or hey Beach, here's a question, something along those lines.
It's true.
So we will know.
That's true.
Because posting on Facebook just doesn't, and getting comments from people on Facebook just doesn't cut it, because it's shown to 0.007% of the people who like the page, and it's useless for interaction. If you really want to email, that's a good way to do it.
I did have someone ask me in a conversation recently on CBD what I meant by industrial. Sorry, I was reading the question here that someone actually did post. It says, so many people ask me, this comes from Stephanie, so many people ask me advice about CBD for different conditions. Can they turn to staff for answers? CBD for, we are not allowed to give medical advice, as the fact that we sell CBD supplements prohibits us or any of our staff from actually giving CBD staff, which puts us in a really odd place. Now, we can give testimonials. So if we know that a customer uses CBD for their GERD, then we could say customer X uses this tincture this and this time for his GERD. Customer Y uses this particular topical for their chronic pain. And the follow-up question there is, where would you point them for education? And of course, it's online. When I have someone come to me, and I have just this week, again, had another friend come to me completely separate from the environment. They said, hey, I want to get your advice. Can CBD help for this? I go online and I put CBD and GERD and see what Google brings me. A really good resource is a website. It's the Realm of Caring. It's just the ROC, so THEROC.US is their website. They are a very good resource for again, particular ailments. They will give you dosage recommendations for some things. And again, that's the real sticky wicket, and we really try to get our customers, and it's kind of hard for them to understand because they want us to tell us what I wish we could tell them to make it easier, but unfortunately we can't. The thing that we know is that it does do what, 8 out of 10 times, maybe 9 out of 10 times, it does what they're looking for. It's just hard to discuss it. And so going online and finding out if you're looking for CBD relief and what's the best way to get it, online research, just as well as, any subject you're trying, will bring you the results. Don't rely on the first thing you read. Find a couple articles that are written on that particular ailment. Again, I like to say, don't go to a CBD seller's website to get advice on CBD. again, because that's kind of skewed, and usually, again, because, and this is what the warnings were when Charlotte's Web got a warning from the FDA, is because they were making medical claims. We can't make medical claims, and so that being said, a lot of times you will see kind of general statements or general things, and again, it's unfortunate. But in the same sense, you don't necessarily want to get medical advice from the over the counter person at the drugstore. And so, and that's where, again, it becomes tricky, but there is a lot online. And so again, theroc.us is a great resource. Just doing a general internet search of an ailment and CBD, you can kind of break it down. You know, dosage wise is also, that's something that you almost have to judge on your own. This is something we tell our customers is, we've got a little dosage chart, general dosage chart. And so it's basically just based on how you interpret the need for that. And so, I appreciate it. Stephanie goes on to say, the guys tell the guys at Sharonville or Shop know that they can pass along my info to anyone who wants advice or to hear my success story. It has helped me with IBD, anxiety, arthritis, etc. And so that's a testimonial. Thank you. That's a testimonial that I will send to the world. And again, unsolicited testimonials are the best testimonials. And so I get emails from parents. I get emails. I mean, I get a lot of them, and that's the kind of stuff we can help with. It's hard. It's hard sometimes to talk specific stuff and dosage stuff to the customers because we really want to give them that information to make it easier for them. But to protect us, law-wise, we can't do that. That would be the reason we wouldn't be able to sell CBDs anymore, is if we did give medical advice. And so, unfortunately, that is what it is. That's and that's something they could come after us for. And they have come after companies already. Like I mentioned, some of the bigger ones out there got a warning from the FDA saying you need to change your wording on things or we will shut you down. It had nothing to do with CBD being illegal. Ironically enough, some of the headlines will make it sound like it's because they had CBD in them. That is not the case at all. Fact of the matter is that was not the issue. The issue was giving medical advice is not legal unless that has been approved by the FDA.
Yes.
And so we will hopefully be there when it comes to FDA approval. For now, it's just an herbal supplement, and that's all we can say about it legally. But hopefully, again, we'll see with the newest Agricultural Improvement Act, and that clearly defining all of the derivatives of industrial hemp as being federally legal. That's going to open up a lot of doorways to being able to get more legitimate, and I'm not saying there's not legitimate medical access now, because there's plenty out there, but more government, I should say, legitimate information on CBD and what it is good for and how you can use it. I can clearly say that if it's got a good use and relieves something for anyone, one of our customers probably comes in, at least one, because we sell a lot of it, comes in the store and uses it for that. And so, all right. Great.
go.
I love it. Sometimes not having any conversation at all turns into having a great conversation. Thank you, Stephanie, for your input. I appreciate that. And we will spread the word out there as to, as to why you specifically use it. And so that being said, folks, reduce, reuse, recycle, make everything else out of hemp. Having temptations.
See y'all next week.